চাঁদের আলোয় খুঁজি তোমার ছায়া, তোমার স্মৃতি জাগায় মনে ব্যথার মায়া, চাঁদের আলোয় খুঁজি তোমার ছায়া। Let's move to the session on point of time declaration. Dear audience, so what exactly the thematic approach here? Please face the pen. What is the pen, Mr. Sufyan? I don't know. Okay. So today's session on point of the dying declaration from the side of Evidence Act. So what exactly the dying declaration? That should be focused here. Let's have a look here. This is the pictorial presentation skills through which you can easily understand what I actually delivered to you. Oh my God. Let's have a look here. So this is the pictorial. Oh no, this is the image through which you can easily understand what I actually delivered to you. Dear audience, so today's session on point of time declaration. But unfortunately, the crying moment here, the crying systematic crying here. Let's have a look here. So this is the dying declaration picture moment here. So what exactly the thematic approach here? This is treated as dying declaration. So what exactly the elements through which you can easily understand that? First of all, you have to write here the prelude or the preface. And what exactly the definition exactly? What is the definition? And not only that the definition is not found in the Evidence Act 1872. This is not highlighted media. But unfortunately, we have to discuss here and the definition and what are the essentials or the elements through which you can easily understand that. Yes, this is the dying declaration. How can you understand that? That should be precut. And that should be focused here to the session on point of dying declaration. And not only that, the essentials, and not only that's the growing example here, that the glaring example here prescribing made. Here the lady who are sitting here besides the dying declarant. An example, and not only that's the provisions or the laws. Which laws here? You have all know the section 32 subsection 1. This is the section. You know very well this is the section 32. And 32, and not only that, we have to awareness of impediment of death. Awareness. Elements should be prescribed here. And not only that's the landmark decision or the case law. So through this, we can easily prove that this is the case law and the concluding remarks or the conclusion. So those are the points and those are the headlines through which you can easily understand. Of course, instead of understanding media, you have to focus in terms of comprehending nature. How can you actually comprehend that? Let us discuss regarding this. So what is the prelude here? You know, this is the historical background. You know, this is the mapping system from a country like Bangladesh. Unfortunately, this section 32 subsection 1 prescribes in terms of dying declaration. Whether yes or not, viewers and viewers. So this is the section, but unfortunately, what's the history prescribed as? What is the history or the historical background? You know, this is the historical background for the Latin term. You know, what exactly the Latin term here? You know, this is the Nemo Mitas Phrasometer Mancha. What exactly the meaning of that pretty term? That should be focused here. No one at the point of death is presumed to lie. No one. Yes, in the world, no one is presumed. No one at the time or at the point of death is presumed to lie. So what is the meaning of that very concept? This is the Latin terms, nemo maritas praesumita amantia. The meaning of that Latin phrase or the Latin structural pattern is that no one at the point of death is presumed to lie. To tell a lie is a great sin. To tell a lie is a great sin. So this is the preluding, this is the preface of that very case. And the historical background, that's the Latin term. This is the nemo maritas praesumita amantia. This means, what exactly the meaning of that very Latin terms? No one at the point of death is presumed to lie. Have you understood what I actually delivered to you, mister? So this is not the fucking approach from the side of Lord Actor. The Lord Actor is the best law academy in the world. There is no hesitation in this regard. As you are the very star, you are the justice. Yes, you are the judges in a country. And how high soever, you are the chief justice. You have to follow the instruction of Lord Actor to understand, easily to comprehend that's what the law is. So prelude prescribes that, the historical background prescribes that, what is the time declaration, and what from this is the historical background prescribe that. And the systematic way here the discussed made in terms of prelude. So the history prescribes that no one at the point of death is presumed to lie. So this is the systematic way through which you can easily grasp here what exactly the thematic approach in terms of prelude, whether this is the preface, whether this is the introduction. And not only that, the definition is not found here according to Black Law Dictionary, which is written here in simplicity. This is the book. Do you have any idea? This book is written in such a way how to write on your kata, whether this is about council exam and whether this is the business or the judiciary, how high soever, or the High Court division. This book is written in such a way how to write on your kata, and the systematic way from the side of several reference, all the case laws that should be focused. And now the discuss Maida, and not only that, the Pili books. This is the highlighted high voltage book here. Please let's have a look here. This is the book. Those who are the candidates to sit coming exam in December. So this is the book, Lord Actor, the best book in the world. So you have to and you must buy this book to comprehend the laws. And not only that's the definition which will be prescribed here, and not only that, what are the essentials? And what are the essentials or the elements to be, that is the time declaration. First one is death must, the existence of death must be death. Until or unless that the corroboration must be added here. So the corroboration, this is at the point of death. No one is presumed to lie. And that's why when this is the packing of the loophole or the lacuna may come into force, at the time you have to focus. And this is the war, this is focusing major, that is the corroboration. And the death must, the existence of death and the two parties. And not only that, awareness, impeding death and pertinence to the cause, circumstances. Cause and circumstances is not. And cause and circumstances. Oh my God. Circumstances is needed to understand what are the essentials to understand the declaration. You are the professor of law from the side of Dhaka University, or the University of Dhaka, or the University of Rajshahi, Chattogram, how high soever, you are the professor of Harvard, Cambridge. No matter how high soever, you have to follow the instruction of Lord Actor, the teaching approach. This is the elements, all the essentials of time declaration. And not only that, honesty and credibility is one is the honesty. What exactly the honesty? What is the honesty? The honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. So this is not the hyperbolic approach. This is the overrunning made, and this is not the paradox or the antithesis. This is not the civil war in a country. This is not the world crisis at all. There is honesty. The honesty is the best policy. And not only that, the credibility or the credibility credibility is needed to be a dying declaration. So these are the elements or the essentials to be a dying declaration. But no one is understood, and no one is actually allowed to grasp what I deliver to them. This is very much difficult to understand until or unless we have to go through the instruction from the case laws. Now we have to focus in terms of the several case laws through which you can easily understand that what is the dying declaration. What is actually dying declaration? That should be focused here. So let's start here. What is the dying declaration? Please, viewers. No one is watching this video. Whether yes or not, mister. So, this is the blackboard in front of you. Now is the time to discuss in terms of how to prove that. And how to prove the case law will prove this dying declaration. So that can be termed as D square. So this is the case law. Several case law will prove that. Number one case law is, so through those who are the students of law, those who are what exactly this is the professor of laws, or the judges, or the chief justice, or justices in our country, or not only that in our country, but also in the whole world, they must know the instruction of law doctor. They have to follow the instruction through which the case law will prove that. Number one case law prescribes in Bangladeshi case law. This is the case law. Well, the case law is P. Narayan versus Emperor. This is only an Indian reported case law. So this is very much difficult for us to understand, no matter so high. So this is the emperor at the term in British Empire. All Indian reporter, all in 1999, and this is PC 47 page number. So what exactly the thematic approach in this case law? Through which you can easily understand that. How can? Please. How can you understand? Oh my God. No matter. We'll take this is the case law to understand that. Oh my God. No problem. No problem. We will catch. Here is the pen. No problem. We'll not check this very pen. This pen is a strong pen here. So what exactly the D square here, the dying declaration case law? The first case law is number one. Number one case law is Pekala. You know what exactly the Pekala? Pekala Narayan versus Emperor. This is the Indian case law. And this is the All Indian Reporter 1999. So what exactly this is the PC, this is the Privy Council. So this is the judgment from the PC, means here the Privy Council. In British Empire, oh my God, what happened exactly here? We don't know this is the system very well. What exactly the fact of the case? So what is the fact of the case in this case? An issue and decision and reasoning. The fact of the case is quite clear. So the deceased received a letter and left him, later found to murder his wife and testified about what he said before leaving. The deceased received a letter and what exactly the left him, later found to murder his wife, testified about what he said, and the murdering case law, wife killing case law. So, murdered by its husband's wife killing case law issue may arise, but is such a statement admissible as a dying declaration, whether yes or not? Now, the case law is the yes. Yes, this is admissible before the court law. This statement is explain the cause and circumstance of the death fall under the dying declaration. So, the cause and circumstance prescribed. That's in that case, this is the time declaration case law, and this is the wife killing case law. And it's quite clear to us how can you actually understand that's the wife killing case law. Number one case law here, the fact of the case is wife killing case law, and this is the issue may arise whether this is admissible before the court of law or not. The decision may come from the side of Privy Council. Privy Council, this is decision. Yes, this is admissible before the court of law. And not only that, so what are the reasons here? What is the reasoning in this case law? The reasoning behind this is what exactly the cause and circumstance will prove that case. And that's why this is the proving approach. So here is the proving matter, and you have to write here proved. So in such way, you have to prove that's what is actually the time declaration. Mr. Sufyan, have you actually watched this live video? Whether sound is clear or not, just test the sound system. Please, test the sound system. Those who are the law students or the professor of law, they can easily understand what I actually delivered to them. And not only that, in every sector, number two case law prescribed here, Kushal Rao versus State of Bombay. So what is the conviction based solely on the declaration of the thesis? This is not important. And we State of UP versus Ramchand. No, Maida. So the Bangladeshi case law that should be focused here. Mukesh State. My God. We have to focus in terms of a landmark decision from the side of the landmark decision in Bangladeshi case law. So State versus Abul Khair. This is the case law. State versus Abul Khair. This is the Bangladeshi case law. So, as this is the Bangladesh case law, we have to focus here the truth bracket 42 DLR 1990 and at page 175. So, what is the fact of the case? So here the diagrammatical presentation skill proves that how we study this, what is the fact of the case? This is the question. And not only that, what's actually the issue may arise here and the decision making power of the code. And not only that, so the reasoning system here, so through this you can easily understand that. So now the changing color here, what is the fact of the case? This is the question. What is the fact in this case? The State versus Abul Khair 42 DL 1990. Oh my God, 175. 175. This is the case law from the side of Bangladesh. So this is the case law from the side of victim kept tying direction to the foolish officer. So here is the foolish officer. So this is the foolish officer. A victim, here is the victim who gave, this is the time declaration gave to the foolish officer. So this is the fact of the case. Now the question may arise before us, what is the issue of that very concept? What is the issue? Whether this is admissible or not. Whether this is admissible, is just declaration admissible? Now the decision making power is yes, this is admissible. Oh my God, this is admissible. So, what a law is. And the reasoning system here, now is the question made is reasoning if voluntary and coherent, a foolish recorded time dilation is admissible even without magistrate. Oh my God, there is no option to present any magistrate without having any existence of any magistrate. The time dilation which is coherent, and this is coherent, the voluntarily. So, why? This is the actual, oh my God, no one at the point of death is presumed to lie. So this is admissible before what exactly in front of foolish officer. So this is admissible. Oh my God, this is the case law through which you can easily understand. Yes, you are the students, you are the bar council examining candidate, the judiciary, or whatever may be the academic purpose, whether this is the Dhaka University or the Russia University, Chattogram University, as you are the professor of laws from the side of Harvard, Cambridge, Oxford, you are the justice of the Supreme Court, and however you are the Chief Justice, you have to follow the instruction of law doctor. It is high time we followed the instruction of Lord Akhtar. As you know, Lord Akhtar is the best law academy in the world. In Bangladesh, this is not hyperbolic approach at all. This is truly, and this is, of course, this is reality. And several times I have focused in terms of reality. Reality means a true sense which is existent in life. Today's Namo. Bye bye. Bye bye. Stop that. No, this is the totally fake idea. You have to stop that live video in such a way. কেমন হয়েছে? ভাষা শোনা যাচ্ছে? হ্যাঁ, চলো এখন যাই, তাড়াতাড়ি চল যাও। শোনা কি গেছে লাইভ? হ্যাঁ, আমি তো শুনতে পারলাম না। কোথায় দিছি লাইভ? ও পাইছি। সব ভালো হয়েছে।